Brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma.
I'm Jen Frasina.
I'm Bruce Umstead.
Steve Smargon.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
My idea was my son was he plays video games. And he was playing this one, it's like in video games how they have like a damage meter, right? Shows you, how banged up you are. I think we need to have one of those as like some sort of wearable device for people. Just so you know up front how damaged they are, in all aspects of life. I just think it would save everybody a lot of time, because I don't know if you guys probably don't know, but last year in August, I had a heart attack, and I had open heart surgery. I had a quadruple bypass, and then when I was undergoing rehab, two of those bypasses failed, and I had to have them stented open. And as a result of the bypasses failing, I had another heart attack in December, which was worse than the first one. So right now, I have 7 stents in me, and all this has happened since last August. So, it just added to my list of things that are wrong with me. Like when I go to the doctor and they ask, it's sort of like you remember the movie Apollo 13? Remember when they start listing off all the stuff that's wrong with the ship, and then Ed Harris goes, "What do we got on the ship that's good?" Right? I just feel like I would like to do that. Just walk into the doctor and go, "Okay, this is what works. Everything else is just gone." You know. So I just came up with that idea. It also helped with like it's like I've been married for 20 years, but I've got some single friends, and they just talk about like how dating is nowadays. And just like, if you sit down across from somebody, you could just see how damaged they are up front. And just, I feel it would save everybody a lot of time. So
your health meter would be like barely there.
It
and
would,
be
it would
red
be
and
flashing
blinking.
red. It would be, it would be right before you move on to the next life. But, yeah, just an idea.
Well, I'm glad you're still here. Glad you're still with us.
I am
Glad
too.
you're still with us.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The weird thing is like all the opposite stuff happened to me. It's like, you figure that, you get like a second chance, and it's like you would have more patience and grace with people. I'm the exact opposite, because I feel like I got a ticking time bomb in my chest. So it's like I don't have any time to waste anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, what was it? Someone was talking to me the other day. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I gotta go. I just got up and I left. I didn't mean to be rude, but it was just sort of like, I'm like, you know what? I don't know how much time I got left, but I don't want to waste it listening to whatever you're babbling about. I really don't. So, yeah. But the reason I came up with the idea, because you remember the old Star Trek, like they had that little scanner, and it's like they just wave it on somebody, and then they instantly knew what was wrong with them, and they just put them in like some type of pod, and it fixed it. I was like, if they had that back in the '60s, it's like, I think we don't need any more streaming channels. We need stuff that's actually going to benefit society. So that was my idea.
Hey, I like it.
Do you think if your health meter is low, you think like a mugger would see that and like see that you're easy pickings or something like that? Or
I mean, it's possible, but the thing is like, if you know that you've already sustained a lot of damage, you're not going to put yourself in situations where you know you can get more hurt. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm on a lot of medication, man. I don't know if any of these ideas are going to be winners. It's like taking a fistful of pills every day to just keep things going. So, but yeah, it's just
Hey,
like
I like
I
the
was
idea
looking.
as a single person.
I kind of feel like I would get the short end of the stick on this idea. I guess I don't know how you'd qualify me as being damaged. I think I'm definitely socially awkward, and there's
What
some red flags there.
Well, I mean, right away, the fact that you do comedy,
That's a red. Yeah.
I mean, all of us, we're, like, trying to get some type of approval from a room full of strangers. So, it's like,
yeah.
you're not starting off with a full set of bars to begin with, you know? It's just assumed that if you're up there on stage telling your deepest, darkest secrets to just random people, you're a little bit banged up already, you know what I mean?
I like the idea that, like, single people would need to have, like, maybe, like, Apple can pick up on this idea, so, you wear your Apple Watch
Exactly.
and somehow it, like, communicates, but, um, I think for single people too, there should be, like, a mental health portion, so it's not just your
Mhm.
physical health, it's also, like, how's your
Yeah,
mental health? And maybe people can write reviews and, like, a Google review on your how you were as a partner. And what have you
exactly.
done to fix those things if you've got a lot of negative stars, 0
Yeah,
ratings?
human Yelp reviews. So,
I
I love
guess
it
what
so
it
much.
would do is it would help people match, like, and not try to date above their level. Like,
yeah,
although what it would be probably end up being is that people below a certain level would just be single forever. Like they wouldn't be able to trick any normal people into dating them,
right.
but they also wouldn't want to date somebody who's as fucked up as they are. So they would just be like alone
Yeah,
forever.
like
That's
like I
okay.
said, I mean, in a couple of weeks, my wife and I have been married 20 years, right? And for the life of me, I have no idea how we got together. I don't, because there's stuff that happens that you learn throughout marriage, like, she's never seen any of the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies. No, I know. She's never seen the Godfather movies. I'll sit there and watch something and just assume that everybody on the planet has at least, Jaws. Never seen Jaws. Because I'm watching it the other day, and she's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "It's Jaws." She's like, "Oh, what's that about?" I said, "Really?"
What's that
Mm,
about?
I just,
Sorry.
it's just
About a is
like
it about a dentist?
it's just, like it reminds me of conversations I have with my brother. He's always calling during he's like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "I'm watching a movie." He's like, "What are you watching?" I go, "It's called The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford." He goes, "Oh, oh, what's that about?" It's about a
Yeah,
boat
that's a
hits an
pretty
iceberg and
descriptive
sinks. What
title.
do you want?
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Let me watch my movie. But yeah, just I mean, like I said, the idea, like, because my sister is single, and whenever I'm looking for new material, I'll talk to her, and she'll tell me about these dates that she's gone on, and just like I said, something never happened to
The
my
older you
wife.
get, the
I'm
bleaker it get
I'm
too.
done. Here, I'll give you an example, right? I was talking about one night stands. I was working there with this female comedian, right? It shows you how out of the loop I am, right? We're backstage in like the backstage area, and we're talking, we're just chit chatting, and again, this is a woman, mind you. I thought an interesting topic of conversation would be how I had to pay more of my taxes because I did so well gambling on FanDuel. Yeah, yeah, that was a real conversation I had with a real life woman, and I was like, when she just showed absolutely no interest, I was surprised. I was like, "Really? You're not fascinated by fantasy sports and all that?" So, I was like, "Something happens to my wife, it's done, game over." So, but that's why I came up with the idea. It's like, you can know going in how much work it's gonna take to make a relationship work with this person.
I feel like that would save a lot of people time.
It would. It would. You
I
know?
feel like evil people would like try to like mind fuck other people just to see the meter go down in real time.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But, like, it could
Doesn't
be
happen
something
already
where
though.
well, like, it's like you talk about the Apple Watch or whatever. It's like you could, like, just put up against somebody's meter, and then it, like, just gives you kinda like a bullet point download of everything. that's going on with them, you know?
Like a quick little like a little
Exactly.
summary, like a
Just
little cliff
yeah,
notes.
just like a quick little PowerPoint thing. So, it's like, okay, daddy issues, you know,
Mhm.
lots of like in my sister's case, way too many cats, stuff like that. So,
Would it tell you so some of that stuff it's like hard to put a has too many cats on a meter. Like what would the categories be, do you think? If you had to pick like 5 categories, like physical health, um,
um,
social something, temper, uh,
yeah, yeah. I
weirdness,
mean,
weirdness. Um,
yeah, just I mean, kind of in the vein of almost like a job interview type of thing. You just kind of strengths, weaknesses, mm,
They
would
have
there
any
be like
felonies? Their crime
yeah,
records?
yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Just, because a lot of times, like, my sister will tell me that, she does like an internet search of like the person before she goes out with them to kind of get some background on them. You know what I mean? And this one guy had like a couple of restraining orders against him, you know, all the stuff that, he failed to put on his dating profile.
yeah.
So he just, things like that. Just kind of take the guesswork out of things. Just an idea, you
No,
know.
I like it a lot. I like it.
Because like I said, I mean, it's like I had to go see the doctor the other day. I had two doctor appointments, and my primary doctor, the one I've been seeing for 20 years, he retired. So it's like I got to start over with a new one. And it's like she's looking at my file and she wants me to re-explain everything. Well, why are you taking this? Why are you doing this and that? And I was just sort of like, it would be so much simpler if you just had, quick rundown of things that were going on with me. It's like look at my meter, look at my damage meter. It's like the last thing I want to do is play 20 questions with a brand new doctor about stuff. And also, it's like when I had the first heart attack, I didn't have like the classic heart attack. I went in there because I was having heartburn, right? And I went to the emergency room because it was like really really bad, and it was like they did the EKGs, they came back normal, and the only way they found out that I had a heart attack was by checking my blood work. There's apparently this thing called troponin, which is a chemical enzyme released by your body when your heart is in trouble, right? And the doctor walks in, he goes, I have some concerns about your troponin level. I go, okay. He goes, the normal level is 20. And I'm like, okay. He goes, yours is 700. I'm like,
I hate to
yeah,
interrupt,
I'm
but I
a,
have a question
I'm a
about
little,
the whole
I'm a little
heartburn.
concerned too. It's 35 times above normal, and you're a little concerned. So yeah, man. But by the time I got transferred over to St. Joseph's, I was at 1,500. So the surgeon walks in, he goes, "Yeah, you're having open heart surgery now." And I was like, "Okay, what?"
When you had heartburn, was it different than normal heartburn? Like you took a Tums and nothing happened?
No, because I had gotten it before. I actually got it a little earlier in the day, and I popped a couple of Tums, and it calmed down a little bit. And then everybody had gone to bed. It was like 10:30 at night, and then I'm watching a movie, and it came back really, really bad. And I hadn't eaten anything that was like, that would give you heartburn, right? And it like I said, it felt a little bit off. And thing is, when you go to the emergency room, their basic job is to like, get you stable and then cut you loose, right? And the thing is that if this doctor hadn't, went the extra step with the blood work or whatever, and he had sent me home, there I wouldn't have made it through the night, you know? So, um, yeah, I mean, I just think of the stuff that we have invented that's pretty, useless, you know? I mean, I'm thinking back in 1969 with the technology we had, we sent people to the moon, right? And here it is, 55 years later, and we can't invent I don't know. It's just an
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. There's some tech guys who, like Peter Thiel is the name of one, who says that like Silicon Valley likes to pretend
Yeah,
that we're in this
yeah,
era where we're inventing a lot of shit, but he says no, we haven't invented shit other than cell phones in the past 40 years, you know.
right, right. I mean, I've got a phone that can pretty much do everything except paint my house, and it's just, I mean, there's an app that I can download where I can basically do my own EKG if I want to, you know. I'm just saying that, we could do more.
Yeah, definitely. And this
I think
podcast
the only thing
contributes nothing to doing more. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think the only thing is that people would probably be creeped out by the amount of data that would also have to be collected in order to do something like that. Because
Well, I mean,
essentially,
but if you think about it, it's like the data's already out there. I mean, we
yeah,
volunteer it
true.
ourselves. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, things like Facebook, you know? It's got our brains rewired to make us think we actually have that many friends. You know? It's just, I mean, we volunteer stuff, so it's sort of like if we're gonna do that, then let's do it to where it benefits society
Hmm.
instead of you know, the opposite. That's just
Yeah, to be honest, I have mixed feelings on your idea. I mean, I think it'd be cool, like definitely for like protecting you from crazy situations, like to let you know if there's a criminal or to let doctors know if you're sick or but I don't want to know if the guy I'm walking by at the grocery store
yeah, no, I understand.
or yeah, I don't want people to know about my demons every time I walk past them, you know.
No, I
Not that I have any bad demons, but
But it could also be a safety thing too. Like you could get an alert if somebody was close enough to you that's like trying to kill you or something.
yeah,
That'd be
so
kind of nice.
let China try it out and see how it goes with their social credit system. I'm a little cautious on it, though. I think
oh,
it's
yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, just, like I said, I mean, one time all I know is one time I watched a video of a crocodile fighting a hippo, and that's all that I get from now on my reels on Facebook is crocodile hippo fights. I'm like, so somebody's listening somewhere. So whatever the algorithm is, let's do some good.
I think there was a Black Mirror episode of Steve's idea.
I think something like that in one of
Uh,
the episodes.
Okay.
I don't remember the specifics. It's possible that they did exactly that thing, and I
they
just don't
probably did.
remember.
Like I said, man, I'm on a lot of medication. So you didn't say we had to come with like realistic ideas.
No, yeah, it's a good idea.
It's a
I don't
terrible
have
idea. It's
to like
horrible.
everything about it, but definitely there's probably something there that could help people.
There also needs to be a disclaimer that we're comedians and nothing we say should ever be taken seriously. It's like, you know, we're not doing this job because we're, well balanced to begin with, you know.
This has been a production of Planet Amp Podcast, powered by Pinecast.